Yo, what's up, fam? So, Jonathan made a video today about what I'm gonna do, I guess. He said some interesting things. I wrote this today because a teacher of mine, his father, passed away. My teacher's name is Jayesh Bai. He runs an NGO in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, India, called Manav Sadhana. And his father's name was Ishwar. Ishwar Bai. Bai is his brother. So his name is Jayesh. You call him Jayesh Bai, Ishwar Bai. But he was also called Dada, which means grandfather. So Ishwar Dada is what I refer to him as in this little story. On my last night in Ahmedabad at the end of May of last year, and nearing the end of my Indian yatra, I went to Jayesh Bai's house to see him and speak with him, and spend a moment with one of the two Jayesh Bais who were instrumental in my journey to and through India. I packed my bags and bought a new kurta and arranged for my departure to Bombay the next day. With everything prepared, I was to go to Jayesh Bai's and then save a cafe. Only I did not know how to get to Jayesh Bai's, though I knew where it was because I had visited Gramshri, which was a clothing, like a village-based clothing company that Jayesh Bai started with his wife that is directly across from his house. So I visited this place once, and so I kind of knew where he lived, but I didn't know how to get there. And I was coming from the ashram. I joked with myself that I should tell the rickshaw driver that I wanted to go to Jayesh Bai's. But instead I asked to go to Gramshri. He didn't know where that was and asked a few other drivers. They also did not know. So I asked him if he knew Jayesh Bai and pointed across Ashram Road to Manasadna. He said yes, get in, and took me to the front door. Krishna, a little boy that they had found in a village and adopted while I was there. This amazing little boy. I made a video about him.
Right. They'll level it to probably this bottom wall. So now we got all this extra space.
Krishna was leaving with Anjali Ben when I arrived, and a small group of children were playing on the front porch. I went in and gave Jayesh Bai a hug. His mouth was still a bit swollen from an extraction he had the day before, and he was talking with a man about some matters. I sat at the kitchen table and drank the water that Jayesh Bai handed me. Dinner was prepared and waiting. I ate and spoke to Jayesh Bai for a couple minutes until Ishwar Dada came to the table. I had seen and spoke with Ishwar Dada many times coming and going from the MAM office. He always struck me as a man with more to teach me than I could ever learn. Real teachings about experience and how things actually got done in the world, in India, in service. I spoke with him, but often had a hard time understanding everything he said. His beautiful, soft voice is with him still to this moment, and I think there was something in the quality of his voice that can only come from a life spent in service, in practical humility, a voice of wisdom, but also a no-nonsense approach to getting things done. I was excited and honored to eat dinner with him at his home. I learned so much from watching how Jayesh Bai interacts with people, how he serves with every thought, word, and every breath. But this was a special experience to watch he and his father at the dinner table, to watch how he served his father, and equally how he was serving me. Mangoes were in season, and Jayesh Bai offered me mangoes with ice cream for dessert. I accepted immediately, because it's excellent. The mangoes are amazing, and the ice cream, I was like, yes, okay, that sounds awesome. For the second time in my life, Jayesh Bai sat and calmly and precisely peeled and sliced mangoes for me. This is one of the greatest lessons on service I have ever received, and one that will inform how I serve others for the rest of my life. It is not so much what you are doing, but how you are doing it, and there is a great simplicity in truly serving someone just by cutting a piece of fruit for them. Everything is. This is great. Everything is always so simple and yet so profound with Jayesh Bai. In my mind, he is a great teacher on the profound simplicity of service and the fundamental necessity of the heart-to-heart connection. Ishwar Dada also wanted some mangoes with ice cream, and of course I was ready to offer. He knew he could not have any, and Jayeshbai would not let him have any, due to his dietary restriction. I thought this was great, watching how they interacted in this moment of role reversal, father and son, son and father. Ishwar Dada joked about something and I laughed, watching both of them with keen interest. Conscious of being in the presence of two men I would attempt to emulate for the remainder of my life, in service and simple love. I am grateful for this moment at the dinner table with father and son, my teacher and his father, for the communion of eating together, laughing, and my quiet reflection on India, my dream, India, my experience, and how all of it was sitting at the table with the three of us. I will never forget Ishwar Dada's voice, and in 100 years, if I should hear it again, I would know immediately in whose presence I was. This man is Gandhian, follows Gandhian philosophy principles, and decided to spend his life serving the untouchable class, trying to emancipate the untouchable class by changing sanitation in India, because the untouchable class is mostly predicated on the fact that they do the job of cleaning out the latrines. So he developed sanitation in India for his entire life. What a practical application. Taking something that seems abstract, like untouchability in India, in rural India, and then finding a very precise scientific approach to relieving the oppression of the untouchables.
Sitaram, 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 Sitaram.